day, beautiful ladies. Today we'll be talking about why you are a good girl and you still receive heartbreaks. You know, people take advantage of good girls, but that doesn't mean we'll stop being good, okay? We'll keep being good, but this time around we're going to be good in the right way and not in the previous way that we've always been teaching our goodness. So let's get right into it. How and what you should avoid even while being a good girl. Okay, let's get right into it. So the first thing on my list is choosing the wrong partner. You know, your heartbreak doesn't actually start when they say, I'm no longer doing this with you. It actually starts when you say yes to the wrong person, you know. But so many of us don't know about this. So when you say yes to the wrong person, you've already prepared or you've already gotten ready to receive a heartbreak. Is that okay? So at every point in time, whenever you want to say yes to somebody or whenever you want to choose a partner for yourself, you should first tick your boxes. This may sound new to us, right? This is what my husband used to tell me in those days. He'd be like, I saw you when I ticked on my boxes and all of that. What does this really mean? It means that before you say yes to somebody, within you, before you think you're ready for a relationship, you should already have in mind the kind of person you want, what this person should be doing, what the physical appearance of the person should look like, the attitude, what you can take and what you cannot take. What can I tolerate, what can I not tolerate? So when you meet this person and you relate to this person, for some time, take your time to tick your boxes and don't rush into anything, don't jump processes. Allow the talking stage to be. Ask all your questions. Be sure that indeed this person is someone I can deal with, this is my kind, and make sure that you tick at least all your boxes before you say yes to anybody, or even as a man before you approach a lady. The second approach to heartbreak in a relationship is ignoring red flags. Oh, I'm a good girl. If he slaps me, I will endure it. Maybe it's because I got him angry. That was why he slapped me. Who told you? So one thing that signifies or says that heartbreak is on the way is when you start ignoring red flags and giving excuses for someone's wrong behavior. There are behaviors that you know that this person did this because the person is deformed or doesn't really understand what he or she is doing. And when somebody is actually doing something because this is an attitude and habit they have been living with for a very long period of time, like this is now part of them, and you keep giving excuses, you have patience, you want to enjoy it, right? Patience goes up, or give it up. That means that you want to dish out heartbreak for yourself, and when it happens, you should blame nobody for anything because that is what you choose for yourself. So when you discover that this thing that this person is doing is a red flag for me and I cannot take it, please politely relate to this person. If he or she understands and chooses to correct him to herself, then it's good. But when they refuse to change, you really need to walk away. Read my lips. You should walk away. Okay, the third thing I have is one-sided effect. I believe from the word you already know what I mean. If the relationship is one-sided, the emotional support, whatever that is coming into the relationship, gifts, communication, commitment, is one-sided. Maybe you're the only one that calls. You are working and he is working, but you make time and you call, but he doesn't. Like you do all this, the emotional support and everything you give and you don't receive. You are obviously dating yourself, isn't it? You don't get attention, nothing. Like you don't feel that vibe of somebody that is in a relationship or has something to do with somebody. Then you are actually dating yourself and dating nobody because the person you are dating doesn't provide anything, doesn't even reciprocate your goodness. So what are you doing there? If only you guys can learn how to stand on your feet and walk away, then it's really going to start making sense. Because how can somebody just be, I don't understand, I don't know how to really put it, but then you should really learn how to stand and walk away. The next thing is low self-worth and fear of losing someone. So why would you be afraid of losing someone? Why exactly? And why exactly do you have low self-esteem? So many girls keep taking what is against their value, what normally they are not supposed to take, but for the sake of relationship, for the sake of if he leaves me, I'm getting older, for the sake of, like, I don't understand your reason for just being patient with something you know you cannot take. So you should at least, the first step to boost your confidence, because it is lack of confidence that brings about low self-esteem. So you should work on your confidence as a person. You should at least try to love yourself, because confidence comes first by you loving yourself and believing in yourself and believing that I can live without this person. My life can actually go on. You were living before this person came into your life, right? So what is making you think that if this person leaves your life, are you going to stop breathing? Are you going to stop living? Are you going to eventually die because somebody left? While you have been living, breathing, and booming before you were able to attract this person, do you ask yourself some questions sometimes before you keep yourself in a prison of a relationship? So please, love yourself enough that you're not going to take anything that is going to discomfort you or put you in a state of discomfort. You shouldn't displease yourself just because you want to please someone else that doesn't even care about how you feel. Somebody that is not even going to give out his own comfort. Somebody that is not going to accept being in discomfort for you to be comfortable. There are sacrifices you look at and you choose to sacrifice your comfort for someone else because this person really deserves it. But if you look at somebody that doesn't deserve it yet, you are giving it out. What do you expect in return? They are going to abuse your sacrifice because they don't know the worth. They don't know what it means for you to displease yourself just to please them. So you really need to wake up and stop living in the dark. Stop clouding your mind and your whole existence that if somebody leaves you, you are going to die. You were living before they came to you. The last but not the least in my list is lack of boundaries. You know, when I was still single, everywhere you go, we hear set boundaries, set boundaries. At that point, I was not really understanding what it means to set boundaries, but I know that I have something that somebody can actually do and I will not take it. And there are some certain characters that somebody will display, and if it doesn't go down with me, I will just walk away. I will leave you in just a few seconds because I can't live in the dark. I was just trying to build up my confidence. So anything that is just against my wish or against my value, or I see that this thing is going to pull me down, bring me back to square A of zero confidence, I'm going to stand up that minute and leave it. No matter how far, how deep, whatever, I don't care. Once it tampers with my confidence, I'm out. So, lack of boundaries. If you are living, there are certain things you know, or you should keep that. When somebody crosses this, I am not in. As a Christian girl or as a young girl that is still growing, you can't give out your dignity or your honor as a woman for anything. So when somebody tries to violate or go against these values, you have to be rigid and don't play with it. It is your value, and you're not looking forward for anybody to distort your happiness or destroy your values. So you're not going to just take it. You're not going to just take it. So lack of boundaries, you should set boundaries for yourself. Set your values, what someone shouldn't do or what you shouldn't attempt. In fact, before you get into a relationship, you have to clearly state your do's and don'ts. You have to tell this person, and that is the essence of talking stage. That's what we call it, right? Okay, in this talking stage, you get to know this person, the person gets to know you. That is where you get to tell this person, these are what I can take and what I cannot take. And when this person starts crossing your boundaries, you know that this person has crossed your boundaries and you can't take it. But then, there are some things to be considered. You should find out whether this person is intentionally crossing these boundaries, or probably it's a mistake because people are not coming from the same background or probably from the same family, so there should be differences. But then if you discover that this person is intentionally doing this or even persuading you to do what is against your values or your boundaries, then you should be rigid enough to stand on your feet and get out of that place. So receiving heartbreak doesn't mean that you are unwise or that you are stupid, but it's just a learning stage where you get to learn how to be emotionally intelligent, emotionally strong, and wiser. Okay, my husband always says that problems make you wiser. When you do something and fail, it makes you wiser because you will go and find or seek other ways to do that thing a better way so that you can succeed in doing it. So keep trying, my girl, and apply things that I have listed to the best of my knowledge. And there are more to come anyway. I just listed few. So I believe that when you apply all this, is actually going to make a big difference in your relationship life from today forward. Thank you.